You start an outpatient with hypertension on a new medicine with a common side effect of increasing the potassium level. The patient's baseline potassium level is normal, 4.0. You order a repeat potassium blood test to be drawn the next week, but forget to check the lab results. 2 weeks after the patient begins this new medicine, she notices palpitations and goes to the emergency room. In the ER, the patient experiences an episode of ventricular tachycardia requiring cardioversion. Her potassium level at the time of this event is 7.5. The patient is hospitalized for 4 days and makes a full recovery. She returns to your office for a follow-up visit. On reviewing her chart, you see the overlooked labs, which show the patient's potassium had risen substantially from 4.0 to 5.6. Had you seen this elevated potassium earlier, you would have stopped the new medicine and treated the hyperkalemia, likely avoiding the life-threatening arrhythmia.
It's good to see you, Carol, and tell me how you feel since coming home from the hospital.
Oh, I'm sure ready to feel normal again. I just hate dragging around like this all the time. And to tell you the truth, I'm still pretty much in a daze about the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll bet you are. That must have been quite a scare for you.
Oh, it was. I don't know which was worse, the palpitations or that damn defibrillator. If I never have to go through that again, it'll be too soon. Any idea what happened? Any idea what happened?
Well, what you had is called hyperkalemia, meaning your potassium level was too high. When it spikes that way, it can cause dangerous heart rhythms, which is what happened to you, most likely because of your blood pressure medication. It's a good thing that you went right to the ER when you first felt those palpitations.
I remember you said this medicine could make the potassium go up, and that's why you wanted me to have the blood test. But your office said the first test was normal. So when I didn't hear anything about the second one, I figured it was okay too. I couldn't believe it when the ER doctor said my potassium was sky high. Now James and the kids are worried sick.
Well, I think that you can stop worrying. I mean, these lab reports and the tests that you had done in the hospital all came out normal, and fortunately there was no heart damage.
That's a big relief.
So I flagged a note in your chart not to prescribe that medication for you again, and I don't foresee any future problems as long as you're on the old medication.
Okay.
But it appears that I owe you an apology.
For what?
Well, you were right that the first potassium test was normal, but the second blood test showed an elevated potassium level that indicated that the medicine was starting to have a bad effect on you.
You mean you knew there was a problem?
Well, no, that's just it. I didn't see this lab report until today. I wish I could say why, because I do a good job of closely following the lab reports of my patients, but for some reason, I missed this one. I feel terrible about it, and I'm really sorry that it happened.
So all of this could have been avoided?
Yes, if I'd seen the lab results sooner.
I don't get it. How could you miss something like that?
Don't know, it obviously shouldn't have happened. But what I can tell you is that there was no permanent damage, and you should begin to feel normal again pretty soon. In the meantime, I'm going to work with my staff and make sure we have procedures in place so that I never miss a lab report again. And once I've done that, I'd be happy to share that with you if you like. I feel really terrible about this, and I hope that you will accept my apology.